Hey fellow skeptics, Lester the Skeptic Tank here. I'm going to just do a follow-up. So again, I'll just hide the filters. I'm on the actual website of Vibram.com. So talking about partnerships, don't know if there's links to the New Balance partnership and other companies that use the Vibram sole technology. Either way, I'm going to shop 5 fingers. I'm going to see filters. So I'm looking at men's and size 38 just to kind of get an idea of how much these shoes cost on average. I don't know if I'm going to do the whole rigmarole about adjusting for inflation or not, but I need men's, I need Euro 38 shoe size, and looks like I'm in luck in terms of what's available. It's just a matter of what do I find worth my while, financially speaking. So, interesting, they still have the OG KSO, and that's going marketably for $100 on their website. Again, this is probably why I tend to go on eBay. All right, this is a closeout. Do I take advantage? Do I not take advantage? In 4 colors, closeout 5 fingers. It's available in my size. Typically, they would go for 85. After years ago when I started wearing these. Classic black. I already have that. I have this one already. Again, this might be relegated to house shoes or training shoes, however I want to put it, because at least in the gym I've been going to since I signed up, they have a stringent slipper policy in terms of going in and out of places in the gym just to mitigate any possible infection, and I totally get and stand by it. Not sure about the Ultraman colors, and I guess I'm painting that with my recency bias, having watched Ultraman while I was in Camden. This is the only one in... Well, at least I have other photos. So it's this specific color that's closeout. Black sole, same thing I showed on the other end. So... Take advantage or do I not? Let's see if what options I have as far as... Can I buy directly from the website? It looks like I should be able to. Let's see if I can add it to cart. Select my size. It's on sale. Shipping info. My kind of size. Okay. Boom. Run small, go up a size. I tried 39. That's the thing. I think I like to err on the, like I said, how the Vibrams hug my feet. Check out now. Let's see what options I have. Klarna. Let's see. Destination. Enter your discount code, which I have none. Sign up and don't miss our latest blah blah blah. Proceed to checkout. I'm gonna create as let's go with guest. If you insist. And for those on my community or in my community, you know what my email is, so I have no qualms about that. I'm gonna continue as guest. Gotta love these gatekeeping methods. Alright, let me pause up in here. Well, I'll fix whatever I need to fix in post. but I want to give an update. It went through using a method known as Klarna. I used that for another purchase from months ago. Pretty cool. These pay in installment methods of paying for something, especially if you can't play it, pay it in one shot. Interesting. I just saw that it's something that's going to debit in my PayPal, which is linked to my bank. I'm not sure, especially with the bone I picked with Peacock. But anyway, that aside, order went through. I was going to mention when I looked at Vibram 5 Fingers at the time, the website was more like, here's our options, and here are our offerings, and here's where you can go to get them. So in my local area of Metro Portland, you had a couple of local outlets, but then a lot of the options for sizes weren't there. So especially REI, at the time, they only carried 40 and higher. That's your men's higher shoe size and higher. I had to go to eBay, and I had nothing but good success there because of that payment option. So it was interesting seeing that I now had the option to place an order directly from Vibram. And then I'm going to, as I was saying, I was going to go through pricing of, I can always go back to Crunchyroll. Speaking of which, got to tip my hat to Brandon, the anime guy. Got to tip my hat to him. Like I mentioned in my post, that I'm very appreciative that I got to be exposed to different anime titles that I might check out later on. And yeah, I did have the fortune of watching some anime stuff back in my Rona layoff days in 20. That was a trip, just realizing, hey, I got, I'm just looking at a bill statement. Sorry about that. Looking at a bill statement. But basically, I had binged a lot of titles, and a lot of them I remember by name, others I don't. Like, he reminded me of Knights of Sidonia. You know, so there was some titles I remember. Attack on Titan, something about Valkyrie War or something. Start with a V. I did try watching those remakes of Ultraman, Gundam Unicorn. Try to watch that. So let's go ahead and take a peek at Zero Shoes. So let's take a peek at just doing a quick pricing comparison here, especially when it comes to people who want to get into the minimalist or minimal footwear. I know what you would call it, lifestyle. I mean, if I had my druthers, I probably would have chosen this one. This looks kind of cool, a little sleek. That's my aesthetic. I usually don't like things a little noisy. As I mentioned, this was probably, well, I don't know about this guy, but then again, the price is Jewish for my blood at this point. Like I said, this is the one I ordered, but you could tell that their pricing options are a lot more generous, and especially this one. I think this is what my friend had, and he did mention the sole started wearing out. So I have to weigh that into consideration, because I've had the number of Vibrams I've had, because not for the sole wearing out, but also because of it's mainly the fabric tearing up. And I did have that happen to my pair of Nike Frees. So there was a hole over time having been produced. I saw the evidence right there, and that's when I started getting on the Vibram train. And like I said, I've collected my share of Vibrams over the years. So this is just for the men. Women, let's take a peek at the women. Good variety of pricing. I don't have kids, but I know I have a niece and a nephew. It's really interesting that they only have these available for kids. I wonder if my filters are right. I did say kids. Kids. Only that? I don't know how to feel about that. I'm going to just do a Duck Duck Goose of Merrill. Yes, I call it that. Duck Duck Going. It doesn't have the ring to it. I just use Duck Duck Goose to kind of be funny with that. So Merrill. This is the other one. I'm going to go men, see what their options are. See what their pricing ranges are. Now, if I were to, so at least with Merrell's, I can filter to 6.5. Again, that's my shoe size. And see if they can, 6.5 wide. Ew, only that, okay. Let's see if I do product type. Boots, sneakers, trail type. Features. Show more. I just don't know what the meaning behind all this is. I'm going to skip those. What is this one? Safety toe, composite toe, cushioning. Moderate maximum level technology. Oh, okay. So let's see what we get. I might get 0 results. I might have to, okay. Got that. Vibram technology. Product type. What does that mean, low? Low cut? Sneakers? Shoes? Let's see what happens if I do. I'm on the Vibram technology. Going back to the interesting. What would I use? I think it's the glove, Merrill glove. I think that's what the line was called, Merrill glove. And does that mean it's on eBay, Amazon, Merrill Vapor glove? What is that? All right, I guess I found it. But again, it's just a price compare for those who might be interested. Again, trying to get into the minimal, I don't know, you call it path, lifestyle, whatever. But, okay. So, at least for this style, you can say the pricing is consistent. So, if I were to, I'm going to go men's. I might do, let's see, do I want to do something like that or like this? Honestly, I wouldn't, let's see, I can, well, at least they got the sizing, and yeah, if I can do PayPal, Pay in 4, that'd be an option. So yes, if you do Pay in 4, it'd be like roughly 25, and you might have to account for shipping. So I'm going to do Vivo Barefoot, because I think I mentioned they were the more expensive of the 2 or 3, however many. So Vivo Barefoot. Let's see what the men's. While I'm at it, let's go back to Merrill. Merrill glove, right? Kids. Interesting. I might just go back to this because they combined it. It was men's, women's, and from the very looks of it, doesn't look like there's an item for men's. So off of this, let's go to Vivo Barefoot. I'm going to duck duck go with that, or duck duck goose it. Alright, I'm going to go to men's. Kids, let's see. Well, don't know if you would want, Well, I will say this: they do have a line, and it looks like at least for the kids. I don't know parents' budgets or what they are. Based on the pricing, if I were to have a conversation with my older sister and my brother, there are other things they would spend this amount of money on, mainly food, formula, whatever they need. Well, my niece is 6, so whatever her needs are, there are probably other needs outside of purchasing a shoe this expensive. That's going to be up to anybody, any consumer. So kids' shoes, I'm going to go to the men's. Let's go there. Just taking a peek at the, again, just the, getting a gauge of the pricing. So I'm in the men's, apparently. Yep, still kind of holds true as far as them being pricier than the other brands out there. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I know there are some folks who would pay $200 for a certain pair of Nikes or whatever brand you want to go by. Like, especially if it's basketball shoes. Yep. I mean, if money is an object, I might look at one of these, but let's take okay, I'm gonna see if I want to even think about rolling the dice. So for someone like me who lives in the Northwest, all weather, what does this mean? Flexible, I don't know how I feel, and vegan. You recycled all weather men's mesh textile. Colder conditions on untouched terrain, letting you move naturally on the trail closer to nature. Fits small, so we just moving the size up. So with them, the only other size option I have is 7. If I were to go add to bag, what are my payment options? Let's go to my cart, check out. Okay, well, it does offer PayPal, so a potential to use Pay in 4, but it just comes down to a question of, you know, if I do the math, that's roughly not quite $50 per payment, but you never know because of the shipping possibilities that might come with that. So, like, as you're seeing here, you got free shipping. Okay, that's nice. Not bad of an increase if you want it sooner, but that makes it $195. Still not quite $50, but it can be that way. So if you want to do that route, and just to see if New Balance, I don't know the name. Is it Minimalist or Minibus? I'm gonna try Minimus, and it might correct me. Zero shoes. Okay, Minimus. Okay, that's the name. Minimus. I thought Minibus. Oops, not quite. Alright, let's do Minimus Collection. So you see, and they'll likely use the Vibram soles. We'll see it based on the pictures, and they only have 6 available. Let's see the price range. At least they're okay. So if I feel like I want to go in the very low, but at least it tells me this is meant for women. So it looks like looks like a couple of, no, they got some, actually they got more women's and only 2 men's. Okay. And I've heard many places where you can actually get away with buying a women's if that's the only option. Just be mindful of certain women-centric aesthetics that you might want to be on. There have been some women's products that don't really show that feminist flair, for lack of a better term. I'm going to take my shots here and see. Off the order. If I do my math, that's roughly, it'll leave it at $100. I'm not going to sign up. Wide. Let's see, even then, 7. That's about as high as it'll go. Let's see what. New Balance is not bearing the Vibram emblem, so they wanted to go their own route, which is cool. You know, loyalties, royalties add up. I get it. But for someone like me, I can't, especially knowing that I can fit a 6.5, no problem. 6 would be pushing it, I think, because I was just borderline. I think I was borderline 6.5. But there you have. There's that, and I'm gonna see if I look at other Adidas, because I know Nike has been pushing the Nike Free. I don't even know what version they're on. I'm gonna do a quick one. Nike Free. Okay. Is that still okay? Interesting how eBay is the first result and Finish Line other retailers. Can I just go to like this one? So apparently the page is still up. That means they still sell this or something. And set your foot free. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Let's do a quick run through here. Kids? Not bad for pricing, but as I mentioned, not bad for pricing. So if you have a kid and you want to get into that minimalist, you really want to push that, go for it, given based on this pricing. What I found with the newer Frees is that somehow they're just a little bit higher than what I remember. I think I had 2.0. Let's see. They have different types. Oh yay, look at that. Sorry, couldn't find the page you're looking for. Cute. Alright, that's great. Yeah, like things like this. Free. Yeah, that was one of the things turning me off when I started seeing them. I tried wearing a pair. I think I had a pair of Nike Frees that I wore for women's, and you know the women's centric aesthetic was subtle, but not subtle enough because I can see it's glitter. Yep, it's women's, so there might be some glitter effects on it. But from a pricing standpoint, not too bad, pretty reasonable. If you're all about the Nike life, might as well. Great. I'm noticing in my email that I'm getting a lot of the Vibram marketing, which, okay. I joked it to my sister at one point when they had that lawsuit or something. I said, well, if I'm going to get anything recouped during the whole process, I'm going to spend it more on Vibram shoes. Just because I had no misgivings about what the benefits are. Funny. I don't know if this is something that we are expecting, but this is not good. If you say there's a link to that content, that page better work, homie. That page better work. Let's see who else had done into this. I remember Fila doing some weird adjustments. I think people were telling me about it, and I'm like, huh? Fila Minimalist shoe. See if they even... It was like they did some adjustment. Okay. So, like, apparently it was like 4 toes. This is on eBay, so let's see. Birchbury. Oh, I'm not going to go near Temu. Amazon. Interesting. Yep, that's what I thought. 4-toed shoes, because apparently one of the pockets will fit 2. I'm going to go into this one, because this is on eBay. I don't know how I feel about that. Copyright much? Hey, if you need a quick and easy, eBay is a place to go, like I said about my Vibrams. I don't know. Maybe Puma did, maybe Adidas didn't. So let's see. Adidas Minimalist running shoes. Okay. Wait, is that Adidas? Let's see. Okay. It's got the Adidas branding. It looks like, I don't know how they got away with this because it's got the 5 toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's on Pinterest. Let me see if I can just take a look at this early review. Running shoes guru. Let's see what this is about. Where to buy? Lowest price, $100. Where to buy? Men's lowest. Can I get the? Oh, so this one doesn't feature the toes, but I'm intrigued by. Okay. The interesting thing about no longer working for Nike, I don't have to worry about that rivalry and what you might call it, brand loyalty. That's the Gazelle out of pure. Not too bad. At least they look more to the ground than the Nike Frees that I've seen of late. Let's see. Lightweight shoes, interesting categorization. Let's see. And this looks like it's on Adidas proper, so let's see if it'll take me there. Alright, so they dubbed the slippers as lightweight shoe. Interesting. Let me see if I can look it up. What is this one? What is this one labeled? Adidas barefoot shoes. Pinterest. Add a pure. I'm going to try to look at that. I think I might be able to get away with it on adidas.com. Oh, there it is. Add a pure. So I'm going to try to see if I can get away with it by... Let's see if I can type in add a pure, see if it's even still being marketed. Great! And I get that. Interesting, Adidas. Interesting. Great. So it looks like that line may no longer be unless, let's see, shoes, running, lifestyle. Let's see. Human race. I don't know about this. All right. Yeah. Yep, those were the, oh, there they are. Samba is the line of indoor soccer shoes used for JKD. Oh, and there's more. No, I'm not going to go through the circus of having to loop through all 20 pages. I'm not going to put you guys through that. So, guys, thank you for the if you catch it and you watch it, thank you for tuning in to this follow-up. I just wanted to provide a quick and easy means of price comparison if you thought about going minimalist in your shoes, or at least, kick the tires. I've shown some different brands, different offerings, depending on what may or may not be your style. Cool. Again, appreciate a sub if you want to do it. I don't think it hurt anybody, but based on the numbers thus far, a lot of my viewers were not subscribed, so I guess I'm doing something right. I do appreciate, though, if you leave a comment. That will help better engage with you guys as far as what I would provide. I know the video game ones, and I've seen it. They're quite popular. Appreciate that. I do like unpacking a game for the first time. Like, what am I going to get into? All right. Hopefully I can get this up by the end of the day. I might have to do some editing here and there just for info reasons. So until next video, until next time, peace out, fellow skeptics. Lester, the Skeptic Tank, once again signing off. And take it easy in the meantime.